Hey everybody, it's Eternal Beta, and welcome back to another edition of The First 20, where I play the first 20 minutes of a game to help you decide if it's worth your time and money. Today we're going to be taking a look at Dust, an Elysian tale. Originally released for the Xbox 360 back in 2012, it also later received a Steam and most recently a PlayStation 4 release. We're going to be taking a look at the Steam edition today. Now, in the interest of full disclosure before we get going here, a couple things I just want to let you know. First of which is that I love this game. I'll try not to let it color my my commentary here too much, but I do. This was probably my favorite game of 2012. The second of which is the soundtrack for this game was done by Hyperduck Soundworks, who also provided the audio clip in my little intro that you saw just before this. So just want to get that out of the way. With that said, we're going to go ahead and start a new game here. We're going to be playing on normal. And the 20 minutes begins right now. I'll try and not talk through the cutscene here at the beginning too much. There we go.
Has fallen to fade. Its
really great art in this game.
Long since complete. Its storied civilizations long since fallen to dust.
Oh, and there's the first call to the name.
Elysium, long since forgotten. What was once a land of promise has fallen to the ravages of war. And it was in this, our most desperate hour, that the greatest of Elysian tales began.
Alright, so we're going to get into the game here, and you'll start to see this very distinct art style. Okay, so they're giving us control here, and right now the only control is press X to wage war. So it's basically just telling us to slaughter everybody right now.
The valiant soldier would perish on this day, not to the mob,
but to a single child. So this game is entirely hand-drawn, as you'll see here. And I should also note the game was done by one person, Dean Dodrill. Basically figured out that he wanted to do a game and learned how to program to make this game. He's an animator by trade. Let me not talk over this too much here.
What? A talking sword? What are you? Only that which you have summoned.
I think if I woke up and the first thing I saw was a talking sword, I'd be a little freaked out too.
That I do not know, but we shall learn in time.
Pretty good VO here.
And claim the blade of Ara.
Blade of Ara. Okay, now. Oh, I thought it was going to give us the chance to move here, but
Stop right there.
We're going to meet our other main character here.
Me? I'm Fidget, guardian of this sword.
So we have some choices here. I don't think it matters what we choose. I'm going to ask her what the heck the sword is.
What is this sword? I am the blade of Ara, and you, Dust, are my fated sword bearer.
News to me.
Yes, well, that's all great and everything, but I think it's about time I got this sword back to the clan.
I can't let you just leave with this sword, Fidget. Right now...
Yeah, you know, I can't give you back what belongs to you or anything.
I don't even know how I got here.
Well, then you leave me no choice.
What?
I challenge you.
Yeah,
Winner gets the sword.
Okay, Fidget. I'm going to be nice here.
Well,
All right, you win.
There we go.
But don't think I'm leaving empty-handed. I'm coming with you. But, I...
Seems the only thing to do.
Back when you're done doing, you know, whatever it is you're doing.
What exactly am I doing, Ara? The answers
Oh, that's one of the only things that I don't like about this game is how it falls on the trope of amnesia. Okay, first village.
Will you give me the sword? I really...
When I find out just what it is...
Okay, so now they're going to give us control, and we don't have all of our powers here at first, but it's very, very responsive. You can see just how quickly I can move back and forth. I can jump. I actually know what I'm doing. I'm going to go over this way. This game is somewhat of what's become known as a Metroidvania type game. If you see the map in the upper right hand corner, it's just a grid-based map. I think I can pull it up. I'm going to pull up the map here. Okay, so pull up the map. You can see all grid-based. Definitely a Metroidvania type of game. But it has a more action combat system, so we're going to move on. When this game originally came out, a lot of people got turned off to it because of the use of anthropomorphic animals. Unfortunately, that's become kind of a stigma, and I think it caused a lot of people to overlook this game, which is unfortunate. Okay, so we're going to get some tutorialization here, telling us to jump. Very fluid. We can hold up or down to look up and down. Okay, just going to move on here. Okay, so we have 2 melee. We have a light attack and a follow-up heavy attack. So it basically just wants us to break this wall. This game also has a very interesting sense of humor. As in, we just picked up the mysterious wall chicken. Oh, healing item. Okay, so we can press LB to use it automatically, which I'm going to go ahead and do here just to show you. So now we're back to full health. We're going to move on here. Oh.
What is it?
Well, my kind has what you'd call a...
Something just ahead.
And there's something just ahead.
Something just ahead. Oh, okay, so one of the things that Fidget can do is actually sense when there's treasure around. I think it might be down here. I don't think it wants us to go down there quite yet, though. Ah, here we go. So, it's kind of like Metroid. You find upgrades on platforms. This gives us a dash. We can do it with the triggers or with the right stick. And you just press in the direction that you want to go with the right stick or with the triggers, and it will dodge. One of the cool things that you can actually do in this game is you can air dodge. So I can do that. So you're very, very mobile. The dodging does take away, if you see in the upper left-hand corner, the white kind of flaming bar or such that I have. That's my stamina meter, and dodging takes away from that. So we can't go any further this way, so obviously we have to go back. And now I think they're going to say, oh yeah, so this branch here, we can actually just go down here. And I don't think there's anything that way. So, okay, so we're going to continue on over here. Oh, we can get through here. Get another wall chicken. And we added a treasure note. Aha!
All right, we found a chest.
Treasure chest.
Correction. We found a locked chest.
Well, what are you waiting for? Smash it open.
That would be unwise, Dust. These chests are protected by arcane locks from...
I suppose we'll need...
Okay, and if you remember in the very beginning of the game, I actually picked up a key. So I'll be able to show you the unlocking mechanic. There's a little bit of a mini game. So this will come up and I just have to hit the correct buttons before that goes in, and we get all this stuff. So we've got a bunch of fruit and some money, I believe, and a revival stone. So the revival stone kind of works just like a 1-up. And if you see right here, you'll see some of the Metroidvania elements. We can't get through here yet. This is something that we get later in the game that allows us to come back here and get through. So for now, we're just going to continue on to the next screen. If you see the map in the upper right, I believe they pointed it out with a tooltip before, but when there's an open circle, it means that there's undiscovered secrets or treasure or something of the nature. You can see now it's just a dot, and the screen we're on is tinted blue, and I believe that means that there's a save point in the area. Some more great hand-drawn art there. And we're coming up on something. Can't do anything right now. Lets its guard down. Oh, and there's some monsters.
Calm yourself, Fidget. Dust. Focus.
Shut up, Fidget. So, in the early going here, you really just have to mash. If you see in the upper right-hand corner, I actually have a combo meter. And the higher the combo meter, the more experience I'll actually get. Now, by following up with the heavy attack, I can actually do a launcher, which lets me get a lot more hits off.
Nobody said anything about monsters.
Strange. Where did I learn these skills?
You wield the blade of Ara. and with it,
Oh, okay.
skills imbued therein.
So we can suddenly fight because we have this sentient sword.
Monsters?
Is that why I summoned you? To control this power?
It is unlikely, Dust. There is a village beyond.
Okay.
And then
Fidget, I think.
We're gonna just fast forward through some of the text here.
this morning started off so well. At
There's some
least
good
these
banter
people-
between these three throughout this game.
Tells me you're gonna need them.
So we finished picking up the stuff here. I believe that's everything. So let's move on. Probably be some more combat here. Okay, so these are save points. Running through them automatically does an autosave, but if I press up, I can actually save manually. The cool thing is this game actually has separate slots for the autosave and the hard saves, which is pretty good because I've run into, can't tell you how many times run into situations where an autosave will just really make it tough on you. Okay, so it's showing us some combos now. I guess a little bit of like a 2D God of War / Devil May Cry combo system, which is just, it's really fluid. I'm gonna see if I can do a launcher on this guy, and then I can hit him up in the air. As the game goes on, we'll get more and more types of attacks. I don't know how much we're gonna see in this little look here. I'll get back to the blueprint that I picked up in just a second. You can launch multiple enemies at the same time. So let's finish clearing out this screen first, and then I'll take a look at that blueprint. So they're showing us another combo. Involves a ground throw. See, these guys are actually pretty agile. So you have to be careful, and they always attack in pairs. Or pairs or groups, whatever you want to call it. And the higher, like I said, the higher the combo you get, the more experience you get. So we're going to do... Okay, that killed him. It would have thrown him if it hadn't killed him, I believe. Okay, so Rising Phoenix. That's the launcher. I like that this game is kind of tutorializing without really being in your face. It's going to show you that one in a second, but after you do the launcher, I can actually do that, so... And then I can also slam them down. That's it. After you have them up in the air, if you hold Y, it'll slam them right down to the ground. I believe it's going to teach me that in a second. The one I think it wants me to do is the down slash. If you hold down in heavy attack, it does that. But I really like that one because any impact you make actually affects all of the enemies around you. Okay, and as you see, that cleared the barrier here. Let's take a look into our inventory real quick because we picked up something that I don't usually get this early in the game. And that is a blueprint. If I could find where it is. Probably in our items bag. No, it is not. I actually can't find the blueprint. I guess I'll just mention that this game does have a crafting system in it, which adds another layer of depth. There really is a lot of RPG elements in this game, more than most, Metroidvania-esque games. We're just gonna go on here and grab something else right here.
Hold here, Dust. You have unlocked a new ability.
I kind of like, and you'll see it coming up here. There we go.
I like it.
Hold the secondary attack to perform the dust storm.
They don't...
But beware.
This is always kind of a contentious thing about how games address tutorializing. This game just kind of... It doesn't,
In that case, maybe
break the fourth wall. It just says...
the super ballistic fidget action button of power. I'll perform an attack
That's
so
pretty good, though.
spectacular
That's pretty
enough
good.
that it'll produce emotions you didn't even know.
It doesn't really even address it. It just says, hey, this is... Press this button. It doesn't address it as breaking the fourth wall. It doesn't... There's Fidget's little attack.
That was, very pretty.
Like I said, there's some pretty good back and forth
Maybe
here.
I'll just keep the rest of my repertoire to myself.
I'm sorry, Fidget. I'm sure it'll...
Actually, Dust,
And this is where we get into starting to combine and do different types of attacks here. So we can actually do that. So suddenly Fidget's attacks are very helpful.
Oh, by the way, every time I use my power, it'll use up a bit of energy meter.
Yes, Dust. Between your combos and... However, if you are struck by an enemy...
So if we get hit in the middle of a combo, it breaks the chain.
All right.
If this is all too much for you, you can check out the help screen via the pause menu.
See, they just kind of say, hey, look at the help menu, look at the inventory, don't address it. I think that's what I prefer. So Fidget's attack actually uses the same meter as your... Make sure I got everything here. Fidget's attack uses the same meter as your dodge. I guess they're just calling it the energy meter. So now we've got a bunch more stuff that we can do. We can do that. Launch him up. Keep the combo going there. Yeah, I got over 100 combo there. I don't remember what my highest combo ever in this game was. It was pretty high, though. That was pretty good. I got 120 hit combo. Probably a bunch of extra experience for that. Just run around here, make sure I get all the experience. But you can see it kind of starting to come together here. That's a very... just the animation on that is really amazing looking. Alright, head on here. There's where the air dash kind of comes in handy. Because like I said, the enemies in this game are very nimble. They will jump around. They will try and get behind you. The AI seems to be pretty good. Oh, broke my combo there before I finished these guys off. That's alright. Continue to move on here. Another save. It's also save the game normally. You'll see, directly above here, it will autosave in this slot, and then you have all these slots to... They give you 10 save slots to save as many times as you'd like. Also tells you which one is your newest save, which is very handy. And a lot of good information here on the save screen. I usually don't address this thing, but I like games that tell you what percentage complete you are. And that's another Metroidvania thing. I believe they started that in Symphony of the Night. But telling you, you know, what percentage you are done kind of gives you a sense of how long the game is and, you know, what kind of progress you're making. Sometimes it's really nice to see that. Okay, so now they're getting into the to the air combo. Now, one thing I did, I kind of talked over a little bit, is that you can't stay in that dust storm forever because after a while, it'll actually start hurting you. You'll see I'll start turning red, and then I'll take damage.
Whoa, what was that? Did you just hit yourself?
Dust, you must take care. Even the greatest of...
Keep an eye on your color.
So that did... Oh, actually, they built that into a tutorial as well, which is great. I didn't know that they were going to do that, because they mentioned it before to not hold it for very long. So you can hold it till I start turning red, and then you have to let it go, and you'll see he'll slowly fade back to regular color. But I like that they didn't make that cause me damage. Looks like we got another blueprint there. I don't think I've ever gotten blueprints this early. Okay, let's continue on. So yeah, the experience is the blue bar that's underneath our health bar. I just parried a guy there, which they have not told us about. If you attack at the very same time that an opponent is attacking, then you'll parry them. See, he attacked me, so it broke my combo. I've taken damage. Thanks for the update. I'm actually very close to leveling up here, and I want to show you what happens when you level up. Oh, we got another note in here, so I'll grab that. Get out of the way here. The combat just flows very well. When you're first looking at it, it looks very chaotic, but you have such great control over dust that it just flows very well.
Hey, you just leveled
There we go.
up.
Is that what I did?
Again, they just really don't even address it.
You've acquired a skill gem.
So when you level up,
Character screen.
you get a skill gem, and you can dump it into one of 4 categories. Health, attack, defense, and fidget, which affects fidget's power. So one thing that I really like before we finish up here, I'm going to throw this into attack for now, but if you'll notice how around the first 4 there's kind of brackets, you can never get more than like 3 or 4, I forget exactly how it works, but you can never get more than 3 or 4 levels ahead of all your other stats, so you can't just power level attack and go through with no health. The game won't let you. You'll have to increase your health before you increase attack anymore. Let's say if I got to 4, it wouldn't let me go to 5 on attack until I put 1 into each of defense, health, and fidget, which is kind of cool. So some people might not like that, but I kind of like that it makes it so you're not going to completely, have yourself be outmatched. Yes, I'm going to confirm this upgrade. And that is going to do it for the first 20 minutes of Dust and Elysian Tale. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope this was an informative look at the game. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like. Subscribe if you have not already. And as always, spread the word. So until next time, I'll see you guys in the next edition of The First 20.